Today I'm doing on this TP-Link dual WAN router. My situation is that I have I'm in northern part of Pennsylvania, and I have this internet cable company called Adam Cable. It's a small cable company. Really nice people. I believe it's family owned. It's not like Time Warner or Fios. It's an independently owned internet service provider. So there's only so much speed they can provide me. So right now their top tier is I'm going to say 150 down, 20 up, and their cost for that is about $100 a month. Now, compare that to what you would get, let's say, somewhere in New York City, Files. Some people I hear pay $40 a month for 200 up and down. So there's a big difference in prices. The problem is there's no other company there, and this is the highest speed that I can do physically connected. So they use coax, not fiber, to come into the home. And it's been working well for years, but recently I've wanted to get additional speed. So I called them up and they let me know that they could add a second line to the same home, so I can have two lines in one home, which is great. They didn't give me a hard time. It didn't matter that I was not a company, and they actually came in and installed it. So the gentleman that came in, very, very nice gentleman, explained to me that what I could do is start off small. So I started off with their lowest package, which is for the second line, I should say, which is 25 down. I believe it's 25 down and 5 up for $40. So that will give me an additional line at that speed. So what I ended up doing was buying this router. I had a router I did a video on, but I no longer have that router. It's, I think, Pepperlink or some type of, I forget the name of that router, but I did a video on it and it did really well. But I didn't want to spend $300 on the router, so I went for this one. This one cost about $60. And it's a multi-WAN. I said dual, but I think it can do up to 4 WAN connections and 1 LAN connection. I can't imagine it works well. What I just needed, I can't imagine it's like super duper great, but I'm just looking for it to work, to load balance, to switch between lines. I'm not looking for any fancy stuff. I'm not looking for VPN or anything like that. I'm just looking for this to do something similar to the one I did buy and get earlier that I did a video on, and it did a really good job in load balancing. It never let me know there were 2 lines. The way it worked was flawless. It worked really well. So I'm not looking for one line to sit idle while one works and only comes up when it's down. I'm looking for it for both of them to work at the same time. So I'm hoping this will do that. Let's open it up and I'll show you. Nothing else. And this stuff I'll have at the end. That looks like the typical TP-Link. I have a bunch of TP-Link switches just like this. Look just like this, 5-port, 8-port. I don't need VPN. I don't need any of that stuff. All I needed to do is to load balance both. What I'm going to do is basically, let me measure this so you can get an idea of the size. Pretty small. So basically I'm going to sit it there and I'll set this up. This LAN will come out and go to the internet connection on my Orbi router. I'll set it up with a static private IP address, something like in the 10 range, and I'll use the 192 range for my network because I have some static 192 addresses. And then I'll let this just do its magic. I'll just be using 2 ports, and I'll do a standard speed test on my iPad. I'll just film my iPad, the Oakley or the Oakley or whatever the name of the speed test. I'll do a speed test before and then a speed test after. And then I'll try it out. I'll give it about a week before I end the video and let you know if it's working well, if I'm happy with it, and is it worth the $59. Again, I didn't want to spend $300. And then it comes with a Ethernet cable. This is probably, I like to use yellow and blue for WAN connections, usually yellow for WAN connections. It's over 3 feet long, almost 4. Almost 4. And now let's just the power supply, small top power supply. Feet 10 inches. So like I said, I'll test it before and after, speed test wise, and then I'll try it out and let you know how well it works. This is pretty much everything that comes inside of it. I'll let you know how well it works. I say how well because I want it to work. I need it to work, or else my idea is a bust. But let's see what happens. Let me show you my speed test without this connected. We're gonna set up the network router. These are my two, I made them red, I couldn't find yellow cables. I'm gonna use these to indicate the modem connections. So I have one in at one modem and the other end on the router. So these are gonna be the connections. Like I said, I'm going to make it a dual WAN instead of a multi-WAN one. My setup is going to be like this. This is my very amateuristic diagram. I'll have this at the end just to let you know. These are my nodes, my computers. My home network switch, which is really the Orbi Wi-Fi, which has an additional 4 ports in the back, I believe. My LAN IP address between the WAN router and my Orbi switch will be 10.168.0.1. So basically, I'm connecting both my ISPs. ISP1, Atom cable, 150 down, 20 up. That's the one that costs $109 a month. ISP2, the additional line from Atom cable, 25 down, 3 up at $45 a month. I may increase that, but we're gonna try it out for now, see how much of a difference it makes. And they're gonna go into, that one is this is my virtual view of what I want, even though the physical view is a little bit different because it has more ports, but I'm not gonna be using those. I'm gonna use a yellow port to indicate the LAN port. That'll be the last one here. There'll be 2 extra ones, but I won't be using that. And then from here, like I said, it'll be the LAN port, which will be this one's a little bit different. I reversed it. So this LAN port is this connection to my Orbi. And then my Orbi will give out a 192 private IP address to my nodes. That's a whole other network setup. I should have wrote that down here. This will be 192.168.1.1 and so on. So that's my setup. This is the information on the ISP speeds, item packages. Because I don't have cable, you have to add an additional $10 to these packages. So I'm getting this one and this one, which is their fastest speed right now. Nothing else. Okay. I'm rebooting the whole network. So the two modems with the red cable are connected to this router. This router's yellow LAN cable is connected to the Orbi. This is my 2.4 gigahertz network. I separate them just to make life easier instead of having to go in and try to figure out the 2.4 on this. That's my UPS. So let's see what happens. I rebooted just to get a fresh, setup and make sure everything's working up to par. Let me take this plastic out. So let's do the testing in a minute or so. Everything's coming up and let's hope for the best. Yeah, I gotta fix my wiring, I know. One thing at a time. I'm not seeing any lights on my LAN port. I don't know why. I guess it doesn't have little lights. I haven't tested it with anything connected, so I don't see any little indicator lights. These lights usually light up, I thought, but maybe, okay. There it goes, okay. They are on, there it goes, all right. Everything's up and running, let's try it out. Now, this is a quick test. I'm trying it real quick just after. It may need some time for it to reconfigure itself and do all that other good stuff. But let's see how it does at its first try. So as you saw on the speed test, it went well. It's using both modems and I'm getting an increase in speed. I could see the increment of the upload. Remember, it's only an additional 3 megabits per second and you can see it's just above 20. So it's doing okay. The download, much better improvement from 150 to 175, 180. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm very happy, but I'm not happy enough. I'm gonna have them actually match up both modems to be identical in upload and download. So now I'm gonna have them do 150 both down and both of them 20 up. And we'll see how that works. So let's see how, and I'm hoping that works just as well as what you just saw now in the speed increase. I called up the ISP, I upgraded the service, so now both of them will be identical, 150 down, 20 up. I have to reboot this modem. I'll come, after I reboot it, I'll do some speed tests. I'll show you that next, after the reboot, and we'll finish off the video. Okay, as you saw, a huge improvement on the download. I don't know what's going on with the upload, but it seems like it's not really taking advantage of the upload. The only thing I can see is that I'm hoping that even though I'm not getting double the upload speed like I'm getting download, is that I'm hoping that while I'm uploading, it's gonna load balance between the two. You know, this router would load balance the uploads and it won't slow the downloads, because that was the biggest problem we had. Was while I'm uploading, you know, I may be uploading a 10 gig file. Others were having issues in regards to downloads. So what I'm seeing, it's really interesting. So my setup, again, I changed it a little bit, but it's pretty much not too much of a difference. So I have two modems, 150 down, 20 up, both of them, two ISPs. They're both going to the WAN ports of the TP-Link dual WAN or quad WAN router. So I had to remove this as the router, and now this is just a basic switch. And I have the Orbi Wi-Fi acting just as a switch. This is connected to the actual router itself on this port here, and it's connected as a LAN. Then this yellow other cable is connected to my other switch right here, which is a 16 port switch, physical switch, or to have physical connections to certain devices. So I have that connected directly to this sort of a uplink switch type of thing. And then this one is a dedicated connection to my main computer, which I use to upload videos and do different things with. So instead of me connecting to the regular switch, I connected it directly here so I can have closer contact to the uploads and downloads, so I can get the fastest speeds. So what I've noticed is that when I have a physical connection, I'm showing you, you just saw the speed test with the physical connection of the load balancing. So on my computer, the Corsair One computer, I am getting almost 300 down. Remember, I only have 150 each. So it's actually using for download both connections. I almost have 300. The uploads are staying the same. They're staying at 20. So I'm hoping in the background it's load balancing and using the other upload connection if the first one gets full or overdrawn. I do see on the interface for this TP-Link that data is going up and down, and they're averaging out to about the same. So I see data going up and going down on the analytics of this actual router. So it is, both modems are being used on this router, but certain applications are not taking advantage of that, of the load balancing. So on my Apple TV, it's only using one ISP, and that's it, because I'm only getting like 110, 120 down on the Apple TV and certain devices like that. But on the computer, and certain Wi-Fi devices, so I should say all of them, all my Wi-Fi devices, again, it's only going through one ISP. I noticed that. But on the computer, it is taking advantage on the physical connection on the Windows 10 computer. It is taking advantage of the dual ISP. Overall though, if something happens and there's something wrong with one ISP, having two of them, you'll be able to jump from one to the other. So I'm very happy with my purchase. For $59, it is doing its job. It's working very well. And it doubled my download speed on almost all my computers, almost everything. Worst case scenario, you have a Wi-Fi connection, is using one ISP. If one ISP is full or it's being overloaded, it should jump to the other one or load balance between them. So this TP-Link is working. I like it. I like the interface, very easy to use. I really, really like it. I'll show you a lot of the interface details at the end. You'll see them on the slideshow if you wait. And I'm very happy with my purchase, and I'm very happy with the additional line. Really, really happy. All right, so I hope the video helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them below. I usually get back within a day or two, sometimes 3. I've gotten more questions with more video. As I do more videos, I'm getting a lot more questions. So give me a chance to answer. It may be something that if you ask a question that I don't have the answer to, I have to find it out. But feel free to ask the question. So this is the actual updated diagram for my updated network. Again, I'm only showing 3 ports really. This is a console port, but as I showed you, I'm making physical connection LAN connections to this, so that on the TP-Link router, you can use these as WAN connections or LAN connections. The ones over to the right, this one is dedicated to one WAN, but you can it identified it by itself. Once I connected it, it knew what was a WAN, it knew what was a LAN. So I think it goes by IP address, so it does that well also. You won't have any issues like that. So this is a LAN, and 2 WANs. If I get a 3rd WAN, I could add it and it will auto-configure itself. So my diagram doesn't exactly show my setup, but it does fine. It's for reference reasons, so I can know what's what. And like I said, 2 ISPs to the router. I'm missing a few ports. I made those physical connections for my own preference. I don't have to. The way I had it set up before was just fine. I just want to see if I could take advantage, and I didn't see much of a difference. I'll leave it like that, but there wasn't much of a difference in regards to connecting directly through here or coming off the switch. So it was fine. So again, 2 ISPs, 150 down, 20 up at $100 a month. Kind of pricey, but this is the price I gotta pay for my to get the faster and try to reduce latency, especially that we're home now. So, you know, all of us are home doing schoolwork and regular work. My LAN IP address for the router, my DHCP settings for this router, for the dual WAN router. Then I have my nodes, my computers and stuff. And this network switch is simulating both switches, my 16-port switch and the Orbi Wi-Fi. Just imagine them kind of together, but it's pretty much going through my Orbi and then to the actual switch itself. So it doesn't exactly show my setup, but it gives me a reference point. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the 2 ISPs. I'm very happy with the dual WAN router. I'm really impressed with what it can do. It's well worth the $59. It's not a bad price if you have the capability of putting 2 ISPs in your home, 3 or 4. And it does a decent job. It's working just fine. I'm very happy with it. So I hope this video helps. I hope it was informative. And again, have any questions, please let me know. Please comment below and I'll answer as soon as I could. Thank you. Bye.
TP-Link Safestream Multi-WAN 1 Gigabit 3 WAN Gigabit Ports 1 LAN Gigabit Port TLR600VPN. IPsec L2TP PPTP VPN supported SPI Firewall DOS Defense Lightning Protection. TP-Link Safestream Multi-WAN VPN Router 1 Gigabit WAN plus 3 Gigabit WAN LAN plus 1 Gigabit LAN Port IPsec L2TP PPTP VPN supported SPI Firewall DOS Defense Lightning Protection TLR600VPN, December 10, 2020. Cost: $59.99. Purchased on Amazon's website. Connections: Ethernet. Frequency band class dual band. Data transfer rate 1000 megabits per second. Brand TP-Link. Wireless type 802.11n. About this item: 1 Gigabit WAN port, 1 Gigabit LAN port, and 3 Gigabit WAN/LAN ports provide high-speed wired connectivity. Supports IPsec, L2TP/IPsec, and PPTP VPN protocols. Simultaneous supports up to 20 IPsec VPN tunnels, 16 L2TP VPN tunnels and 16 PPTP VPN tunnels. DOS defense and IP/MAC/domain name filtering protect your network. Professional 4kV lightning protection keeps your investment safe and sound. Note: please kindly refer to the manual when setting up. From the manufacturer: TP-Link Safestream TLR600VPN Gigabit Broadband Desktop VPN Router, 680 NAT throughput. What this product does: TLR600VPN, TP-Link Safestream Gigabit Broadband VPN Router, supports Gigabit Ethernet connections on both WAN and LAN ports which guarantee high-speed wired connectivity. What's more, it integrates multiple VPN protocols, high-security and high-performance VPN capabilities, which enable employees' remote connections to their main offices as secure as if they were in the main office. Besides, TLR600VPN's abundant security strategies such as SPI Firewall, DOS defense and IP/MAC binding help protect your network against most known attacks. TLR600VPN is an ideal partner for small offices, which need cost-effective and reliable VPN solutions. High-security VPN capabilities. TLR600VPN supports IPsec and PPTP VPN protocols and can handle IPsec/PPTP/L2TP pass-through traffic as well. It also features a built-in hardware-based VPN engine allowing the router to support and manage up to 20 LAN-to-LAN IPsec and 16 PPTP VPN connections. TP-Link Safestream Multi-WAN VPN Router, 1 Gigabit WAN plus 3 Gigabit WAN/LAN plus 1 Gigabit LAN Port, IPsec/L2TP/PPTP VPN supported vertical bar SPI Firewall, DOS defense, lightning protection TLR600VPN. This item TP-Link Safestream Multi-WAN VPN Router, 1 Gigabit WAN plus 3 Gigabit WAN/LAN plus 1 Gigabit LAN Port, IPsec/L2TP/PPTP VPN supported vertical bar SPI Firewall, DOS defense, lightning protection TLR600VPN. Product description: Capacity: 5 port, model router. Product description: what this product does. TLR600VPN, TP-Link Safestream Gigabit Broadband VPN Router, supports Gigabit Ethernet connections on both WAN and LAN ports which guarantee high-speed wired connectivity. What's more, it integrates multiple VPN protocols, high-security and high-performance VPN capabilities, which enable employees' remote connections to their main offices as secure as if they were in the main office. Besides, TLR600VPN's abundant security strategies such as SPI Firewall, DOS defense and IP/MAC binding help protect your network against most known attacks. TLR600VPN is an ideal partner for small offices, which need cost-effective and reliable VPN solutions. If you want your internet connection to remain active at all times, enter 0 in the max idle time field. Otherwise, enter the number of minutes you want to have elapsed before your internet connection terminates. High-security VPN capabilities. TLR600VPN supports IPsec and PPTP VPN protocols and can handle IPsec/PPTP/L2TP pass-through traffic as well. It also features a built-in hardware-based VPN engine allowing the router to support and manage up to 20 LAN-to-LAN IPsec and 16 PPTP VPN connections. Advanced VPN features include day/3day/ICE128/ICE192/ICE256 encryption, MD5/SHA1 authentication, manual/IT key management, and main/aggressive negotiation modes. Abundant security features. For defense against external threats, TLR600VPN features SPI Firewall function. Additionally, it can automatically detect and block denial of service, DOS, attacks such as TCP/UDP/ICMP flooding, ping of death and other related threats. Moreover, this router provides IP/MAC/domain name filtering functions, which forcefully prevent attacks from intruders and viruses. For applications such as FTP, TFTP, H.323 and RTSP which are not well compatible with NAT, TLR600VPN offers administrators one-click enable of ALG choices corresponding to the above aforementioned applications. Safety-minded enterprise investments. Professional lightning protection technology is designed to prevent electrical surges from penetrating the interior of the electrical equipment and is discharged harmlessly into the earth. This router is designed to prevent lightning up to 4 kV in well-grounded connection conditions. This feature ensures that networking infrastructure investments remain as safe as possible from one of Mother Nature's more violent situations. Interface available: 1 fixed Gigabit WAN port, 1 fixed Gigabit LAN port, 3 changeable Gigabit WAN/LAN ports, protocol supported, IEEE 802.3 802.3 U802.3 AB, TCP IP DHCP ICMP NAT PO SNTP HTTP DNS IPsec PPTP. System requirement: Microsoft Windows 8 7 Vista, XP or Mac OS NetWare Unix or Linux. Product information: Capacity: 5 port, model router. Technical details. Summary: standing screen display size 8.2 inches. Wireless type 802.11n. Other technical details. Brand: TP-Link. Series: TLR600VPN. Item model number: TLR600VPN. Operating system: Microsoft Windows 8, 7, Vista, XP or Mac OS, NetWare, Unix or Linux. Item weight: 1.32 pounds. Product dimensions: 4x6, 2x1 inches. Item dimensions: LXWXH 4x6.2x1 inches. Processor count: 1. Computer memory type: DDR3 SD RAM. Flash memory size: 16. Manufacturer: TP-Link ASIN B007B60 SCG.